Hi, my name is Yvonne Wan. Today we are going to learn how to draw an alien focus style. What is symmetry? Something is symmetrical when it is the same on both sides. A shape has symmetry if a central dividing line, a mirror line, can be drawn on it to show that both sides of the shape are exactly the same. Take a look at the shapes on the right-hand side. These shapes are symmetrical. So the art supplies that you will need today are paper, pencil, eraser, marker and colouring pencils. First, I would like you to draw a round shape like this, and then I'd like you to draw an arc within that circle like this. Next, I would like you to split this shape in half with a mirror line like this. Next, I would like you to draw eyeballs on the axis like this. You can draw as many eyeballs as you like. Next, I would like you to draw some eyelids. You can draw some eyelashes if you want. Next, I would like you to draw some eyeballs and a facial expression of your choice. Next, I would like you to draw a body like this, and then shoes like this. Next, I'd like you to draw some disco ball tiles on the alien like this. Next, I would like you to draw a pair of hands like this, making sure both sides are roughly symmetrical. Next, I would like you to draw some ears and some antennae. Once you've done that, I'd like you to erase the lines that you don't need. Next, I would like you to sign your name and put 2021 on your artwork. Now that you have finished your drawing, I would like you to take a black marker and draw over the pencil lines. Please remember to use an eraser to erase the pencil lines after you have lined your art with marker. We are now going to learn about colouring. So I would like to introduce you to the use of colouring blenders when it comes to colouring your art. If you apply the blender to your colours, you will notice that the whites will start to vanish and the colours will become more smooth and solid. If you apply the blender on several colours, the colours will blend nicely, creating a gradation of colours and create new tones in the process. Blenders can make your art appear more smooth and realistic. And now I'm going to introduce you to the use of burnishers when it comes to colouring your art. A burnisher keeps your whites white. You can apply it as an undercoat or an overcoat. As an undercoat, you can use it to create brick lines, for example, and then colour in the bricks without needing to colour around it. If you want to create a shiny effect, you can choose to use the burnisher as an overcoat. So there are different effects you can achieve by the way you handle your pencil. So if you apply light pressure, the colours will come out lighter. If you apply medium pressure, it will appear a little bit darker. If you apply a lot of pressure, then it will be extremely dark and more solid. If you have trouble applying light pressure to your pencil, you can handle the pencil from the top. You will notice the colours will be a lot lighter as a result of the way you're holding the pencil. The directions of your strokes is important, so I highly recommend that you use one direction when you are shading. If you apply your strokes in different directions, you will notice that the colours will be inconsistent as a texture. Another stroke you might want to consider is applying cross-hatching, and that involves colouring in one direction for the first layer, and then the second layer you do the opposite direction, and that way you would be able to cover the full area very thoroughly and have a more solid appearance in pigmentation. Another texture you might want to consider is circular motions. This provides a different texture and can be very useful depending on what texture you prefer. Another technique you might want to try is layering. You can choose two different colours and put them on top of each other, creating new colour tones. So I'd like to teach you how to do highlights. First of all, you need to have a light source so you can determine which part of the drawing should have a brighter side and which side should have a darker side. And you can have the highlight using white, or you can use a burnisher. And here I'm just using grey to depict shadow. So now that I've taught you some basics when it comes to colouring techniques, I would like you to apply everything that you've learned to the drawing. So just to summarise, the directions of the strokes matter, the pressure that you apply matters, the amount of layers that you apply also matters, and it's also important that you factor in highlights and shadows using whites and darker colours and the burnisher too. And always use a blender if you have that available to you, because it's always going to make your art pop. This concludes today's class. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.